What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and I just finished up watching Edgar Berlanga versus Steve Rolls, and this was a 10-rounder in the super-middleweight division, and this fight was Saturday, March 19th, from the Madison Square Garden Theater in New York City, New York, and this fight was broadcasted on ESPN, ESPN Plus, or the ESPN app. And in this fight, Edgar Berlanga was able to get a unanimous decision victory over Steve Rolls, so I personally scored this bout 96-94 in favor of Edgar Berlanga, and I did agree with one judge who also scored it 96-94, whilst the other two judges scored it 97-93, all in favor of Berlanga. So if I'm going to be 100% honest, this was not an impressive performance by Berlanga. I mean, the thing is, just because he got 16 knockouts straight in the first round over low-level competition, people just really are expecting him to get these knockouts over these top 30, top 25 level guys. I mean, he should be, because I thought he was going to get a knockout over the last couple guys he has faced, but he hasn't. So, I mean, I think it's safe to say Berlanga, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I think he's a hype job. I'm going to be 100% honest. I think if he takes on a guy who's top 10, top 12 in the super middleweight division, he will get exposed and he will lose pretty bad. I even think a guy like Gabriel Rosado would beat Edgar Berlanga and might be too risky for him. Yeah, and I'm going to be honest, I was falling into that hype after he got those 16 knockout first round knockout straight victories. But now we're starting to see him face guys who, I mean, if we're going to be 100% honest, Steve Rolls isn't the best out of some of these guys. I mean, he got knocked out by Triple G, cold. I know Triple G is one of the best middleweights in the world, but still, Triple G's 39. Edgar Berlanga is a 23-year-old kid, a weight class up. So, I mean, that's just something to think about. I mean, Edgar Berlanga in this fight, I mean, one of the biggest punches he did land happened in the third round. Landed a right hand across the top. Yeah, I mean, and Steve Rolls wasn't even too really scathed by that shot. And really the only time Steve Rolls was buckled a bit was when he was just running around the ring and his knees were buckling because of how nervous he was to be on this stage against a hard hitter, or supposed hard hitter. I'm going to be 100% honest. I'm now not really a big believer in the power of Edgar Berlanga. I know he dropped Demond Nicholson 4 times, but still, he wasn't really able to stop guys who have been stopped before, especially like a guy like Kosares. Kosares been stopped by Billy Joe Saunders, who's been questioned for his power. Couldn't stop him, but he got dropped. Steve Rolls, knocked out by Triple G. Couldn't stop him, and he's a 23-year-old kid. So, I mean, yeah, but in this fight, Steve Rolls was just on the outside trying to tattoo Edgar Berlanga with shots, and the punch stats, they were really, really close. Yeah, this was just a lackluster performance from Edgar Berlanga, who was expected to show a lot more. Berlanga was trying to come forward, throw some shots, but he just couldn't, and he was cut on his left eye from an elbow. It just wasn't his night, even though he did get the victory. Just wasn't the performance many people were expecting to see out of him. But every single round was very similar. It was really Steve Rolls on the outside trying to land pity-patter shots, trying to score points on Berlanga, whilst Berlanga was trying to come forward and really just trying to land one shot. He was plodding forward, no footwork, didn't really look like he was evolving from his last couple performances. So, yeah, that goes into the question, what is next for Edgar Berlanga? I think he's definitely going to step up in competition, possibly fight a guy like Isaac Chilemba, like someone on that level. But, I mean, I think a guy like Chilemba could beat Berlanga. He might face someone like a Gabriel Rosado. I think he's going to face someone anywhere from the top 20 to top 10, or just outside, like top 20 to top 12 in the super middleweight division. And this is by BoxRec rankings, somewhere around there. But I think he could lose his next fight, if I'm going to be 100% honest. But that's only if it is against someone who's top 20 to top 12 in the super middleweight division. But if he faces someone like a Steve Rolls next, or Demond Nicholson, or Marcelo Cosares, then he'll get a victory by decision. But as for Steve Rolls here, losing for the second time in his career, he fought as the best ability that he could. He did what he had to do, made the highly touted, highly hyped fighter sort of look lackluster and sort of tamed his power. He's probably going to go back to Canada and take on some lower level opponents before possibly getting called up by another DAZN top rank, PBC, whatever, for a big opportunity against a solid undefeated fighter. So overall, Edgar Berlanga, in a lackluster performance in my opinion, gets a unanimous decision victory overseas roles to stay unbeaten at 19-0. And yeah, that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.